Final Destination 2, I don't have that much to say, except wasn't I wouldn't say it's worse or better. It's like the same as the first one. There's not much difference in there except they do add a little few plot twists. Like the basic plot of this is that there's a new person who has the premonition. I think her name was like she's played by AJ Cook, but don't remember her name. Cindy? No, it's like it's a generic horror name, and she's on a road trip with her friends. One of the guys was from Rampage, by Uwe Boll. That was kind of cool. And they're on a road trip, and then you see signs that there's gonna be a pileup, and like the gas is leaking. They see something about Flight 180, and blah blah blah. And you also see like a bunch of other random people on the road that are gonna be part of the pileup. And then the pileup occurs, and it is one of the best sequences, the car crash sequences I have ever seen. No lie. I mean, it's not the best, but it's up there. I mean, it's very unrealistic. I mean, well, yeah, because in real life, most people would just like drive off onto that side of the road that's not the road. You know, most people would do that, but in this movie, they just keep driving on the road, thinking they could dodge all this stuff. It's unrealistic, but it feels realistic. It's the most realistic, unrealistic car crash sequence I think I've seen. Even even more so than like a lot of movies. I can't think of anything right now. Maybe Fast and Furious. Um, so she sees this car crash happening and like a bunch of people die, and so she stops like a bunch of cars from going onto the pileup, and it occurs, but they're not in it. The characters. And unlike the first movie, it's not just a bunch of teenagers. They mix it up, which is kind of cool because like you have a bunch more characters with different backgrounds. Like you have a teacher, a lotto winner, a cop, the main character and her friends, a mother and her kid. I think there was a real estate agent. I think she was a real estate agent. She was rich, and then I think he was an addict or a junkie, whatever. And I'm pretty sure there's more characters. I just can't think of them right now. And you know, it kind of raises the stakes because they don't know each other, so they have to put aside their differences and to work together. And I like this kind of movie, the random group movies like Predators or Cube. You know, these are always a fun movie to watch. And you know, this movie's basically the first movie, but it puts in some other twists that are kind of weird. Like, they bring back Clear from the first movie, which was kind of weird. I thought they would bring back Alex, but apparently there's some dispute with Devon Sawa, so he doesn't appear in this. And they also do this thing where like each character is related to a character in the first movie, which I didn't really like. Like, their deaths were originally avoided because the first movie messed up the whole death line. So I like how they're trying to connect it with the first movie, but in the end, I think it should have just been a standalone. Like, they could just bring Clear in, but when you try to create connections to the first movie, it's just these characters have nothing to do with the characters in the first movie. They don't know each other, so why try to connect them? That's what I'm trying to say. And it's a lot of the deaths are memorable. My favorite death was like favorite death. Probably the son's death when he exits the dentist and like a huge sheet of glass just falls on him. That was really sick. That was sick. And other than that, it's okay. It's like the first movie, except the ending was a little silly. So, yeah, I don't know. They're a tie. But then the third movie